Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Commentary as Magic Stream on today's Sunday, November 20th, 2022. I am, as always, Grandpaws.
Arquette
Big G.
and oh, okay.
I was going to say, he'll maybe be here. We'll see.
All right. Arquette and Ivory's having computer issues, so Ivory's computer may have just exploded.
Well, we got to,
Sand was not meant to think.
but we told it to anyway.
And sometimes it does.
And sometimes it doesn't.
Like right now.
Even when we want it to. I laugh at the fact that he warned us about that at the very beginning, just before we started the stream, and was like, okay, so just keep going and stall for time. So what we need to do is continue to stall here in the intro section.
Amazing.
Hey, look, he's in chat. There we go. Perfect.
There we go. Okay.
All right.
So computer issues aside, and horrific plane issues aside, Ciderfest was a con.
Ciderfest was indeed a con. It was a con that happened.
It was a good con. They rearranged everything, which was, but it worked out.
I mean, it was probably a better layout than the previous year, I think.
Yeah. There we go. Hi.
Hey,
There we go.
Your sand quit thinking.
happens.
That's fun. So it was overall successful, and a big shout out to Joking Luna for putting on the events for this year, prepping the schedule and serving as TO for those. That was very, very helpful, and it was nice not to have to do that for once.
And we're sad that we missed the print and play sealed, because I would have actually liked to be there for that, but unfortunately timing didn't work out. Rip.
Yeah, that would have been fun to see. Maybe next year. Where we were able to participate were the two constructed tournaments.
Got a
And while
got a Harmony tournament, and it's been. When is the last time we've had an in-person Harmony tournament? It's been a while. Would you describe it as a hot minute?
No, I would not describe it as a hot minute. I think it has been a cold several years, literally. I'm trying to remember the last time that we would have run Harmony.
Vancouver 2020?
Which would have been several years. Or at least a couple. Yeah. I think that was it. I think that was the last time that we would have done Harmony, if we did Harmony then. And I think we did.
Pretty sure we did. So it's cooled off quite a bit, is what you're saying.
Mm-hmm.
But
no, that's not true. We've got some very hot, very spicy brews.
Yes. These are fresh out of the oven.
Mm-hmm. We also had a fun and successful time at our Design a Card panel. We're not going to talk about that on this stream, but if you didn't see the results of all your hard effort and suggestions, you can check the Con Discord channel.
Currently named Con Chatter Vancouver. Scroll back a little bit, you'll find a thing. It's very pink.
It is very pink. It has a thing. I'll let you go see. I'll let you go see what that thing. Don't spoil it. Tell them they've got a bucket.
Well, see, I made an illusion. You just spoiled it right there. So anyway.
Yeah. Deck lists.
Yes.
Vancouver. Or not Vancouver. Sorry, Ciderfest.
I mean, I can go find those. The other one was we might need a time machine. Anyway, Harmony first place finisher?
Yeah, let's just go let's go start to finish. Ivory, you're here with us?
I am. You can skip this deck list. No one cares. Go to second place.
Yep, sounds good.
All right. Okay, cool.
First one's Big Cheese. Stunning Wonder Blue. I think we've talked a lot about this.
Fluttershy just can't get out of the spotlight For a shy pony, she's not very good at this whole shy thing.
No, not really. Like this is the fully loaded version. It's got Chillax, it's got Vapor Trail, it's got Day Shift, it's got Shoe Shine. It's if you wanted a bunch of smiling ponies that are going to do you harm, look no further.
It also has Fire when ready.
Yeah, that was an interesting tech that he threw out there.
I mean,
It's like, oh yeah, that's a thing that you can do with fire when ready and a bunch of dilemmas.
it makes perfect sense.
It does. It seems objectively correct here. Animois's Fire when ready was insufferable. I mean, if you were tired of Fluttershy having 7 or 8 point swings before, just wait till that becomes like an 11-point swing.
It's ridiculous.
It is mildly ridiculous. It's even more ridiculous when you sit here and you actually look at the pile of cards, right? Let me just confirm this for a moment. I'm just gonna take a little quick look here. Okay, with the exception of T-Rex Reign of Terror, and that's it. Excluding cards that are on the ban list, this deck is core legal.
Terex Rain and Fire.
Yes, I'm sorry, T-Rex Reign and Fire.
Yeah, core bans are Chillax and Day Shift. So, yeah, how about that?
If you exclude Fire when ready and Chillax,
It's adventure legal.
This deck is adventure legal.
So it turns out that you're just sitting here adding a little bit more spice. You're just like, this isn't spicy enough. It's like pure chili paste right now. But what if we added more?
I talked about this a little bit last night when Big Cheese and I were commentating on our invitationals game. And I think that Jeffrey was 100% correct when he made the switch on the starting problem from Buckball over to searching high and low and running the full playset of Featherweight. That is such a good opening. It's just so powerful.
Yeah, it is kind of good. It's...
And Shoeshine is obviously correct as well. I hate this deck. I absolutely hate it. I loved it 2 years ago. I hate what it's become. Mostly because I've had to watch so many people play this in the Invitational and watch the cards they draw when the overhead view is being done.
And you're just like, I see the trajectory.
Every single one of those cards is great. This deck has almost no dead draws. Your dead draw is what? Like a duplicate Ruffled Pages and you're only running 2. Or a duplicate Rushed Makeover. And otherwise, that's basically it.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, this deck can just start stuffing dilemmas in. Because those are always going to be good.
I mean, not as much as it used to be able to, of course, but...
Yeah.
That is for the best. Regardless, this deck is completely bonkers and is probably as fine-tuned as it's going to get, or at least very, very close to it. Expect more conversation about this deck in future weeks.
And in future minutes.
Oh boy. Deck 2?
That's getting a pair of snorts from me. Deck 2. This is an oldie but goodie. This is Sokol, running the traditional Swashbuckler mono blue deck.
Still hasn't put anything in past Friends Forever.
Still works.
Yeah. I mean, Seleno still scores points.
Yes, it does.
Interesting that even going in Harmony, not opting for the old Cerberus deck that used to be so popular. Because this deck 100% is based around trying to use Soleno as much as you can, and then just get a couple extra points through your face-offs and confronts. It's difficult to talk about a deck like this where the person imposes some arbitrary restriction on themselves. Like, looking at this problem deck here, yes, this problem deck is very easy to confront, but Daring Escape should almost certainly 100% be final question. And yeah, Grogar can find the Tempest TM and can go in here, and we could continue going on and on about this.
There's lots of little improvements that can be made, but still.
Proof that, at its core, this is a fine concept that can work.
Yep. Okay, so let's go some more interesting places here. Let's talk about our third deck here. Okay, now I want you to look at that card in the upper left corner, right? It's a very cute yellow quiet, but that's not the yellow quiet that you're thinking it is.
This got third.
Mm-hmm.
I'm so angry. I'm so angry. This card is the bane of my existence.
Calming 2.
Calming 2, when at the start of a problem face-off, your opponent loses 1 action token, I believe.
Yes.
And then more calming, and more calming, and more calming, and hand bounce, and hand bounce.
I think calming is misnamed, because calming does the exact opposite to me of what it says it does.
It does indeed make me angry.
And we've got stick abuse, and we've got Yonas, and we've got and there's a lot. How much action token generation is there? There's Starlights and Sunbursts.
Well, so you've got the 1 copy of Taking Charge, right? Who will let you just get obscene amounts of value. Then you've got the Starlights. You have the Sunburst, like you said. You have Incriminating Evidence. You have Gone Batty. And by the way, 3 of Sunburst plus Incriminating Evidence plus Philomena plus Fluttershy also means you're draining opponents' action tokens. This was frustrating to play against.
Yeah. Got a couple of cards we haven't seen in a very long time here too. Oh, we got the big mix-up in Bedtime.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was not prepared to deal with something like this.
Nope. And look at all the other bounce that's in here to support that as well. You got a full playset of Kool-Aid Yak. You got 3 unsats and 3 stop shorts. And then you've got Celestia, who can pay 1 to put an opposing friend here with 1 power or less into its owner's hand. So you can just do that a bunch.
Spoilers, calming.
Right?
Oh, this is just evil. I like it.
Yeah. It's really, really clever how Brandon has been able to take a deck, and more specifically to take a main like this, that so many people have discounted in the past. And not only to run it to a successful top 8 finish in 2019 Ciderfest pre-rotation, but then be able to come back 3 years later and just remind people that he's not done yet.
Amazing.
Credit where credit is due. This is it is surprisingly well crafted for many of the cards in here, having seen little to no successful competitive play. But this is competitive play, and I'd call 3rd place pretty successful.
Mm-hmm. 4th place. Hey, look, it's more of this.
It better not be the thing. Get it off, get it off, get it off!
Uh,
Ivory.
I don't know what you're talking about. I don't run degeneracy like this.
Much.
I mean, what do you want from me? It's a good aggro deck, and I like running good aggro decks.
Yeah, okay. I mean, that's fair. I don't think we have a whole lot to say here. It's yellow and blue and does yellow-blue things.
I have more to say about the other version of it. We'll get to that.
Uh-oh.
What, the core version of it?
Yeah.
All right. Well,
Okay.
we'll talk more about that then.
Let's see. 5th place. We've got...
Actually, I suppose there is one quick thing we should ask on there. I know, you don't have to go back. It's fine. How was it playing with Chillax again?
Would have been nice if I drew her more.
Ah, rip.
Part of the cards. Okay. 5th place. Golden Note. We've got a blue and a white deck. Ooh. We got the lady.
The lady and the pirate lady. We got both. And
This
we
has
got
a
them.
lot of I don't care what you're doing, I'm running as fast as possible.
Yeah.
It kind of does.
Oh, and then for extra rudeness, you've got the Saddle Row storefront and the lady. That's rude.
Yeah, you got Saddle Row calling the Dream Cavalry. I still love that card. That's a very good card. Especially in conjunction with RTO.
Oh, yes.
Oh, and Cybernetic Limb Actuator, so you can do that too?
Mm-hmm.
Oh! And beat the Rush?
I think this deck just wants to move.
There's a surprising amount of synergy here with RTO. Like, at first you're just looking at it like, okay, we're going to score some points. You got Final Question and RTO and Pony Pirate. No, there's more to it than that. There's a lot of support for RTO in here, and I think all of it works very well. Golden Note says all the movement.
Yes. I believe that would accurately summarize this.
Not all the movement. There's no Ever Vigilant in here.
Ever Vigilant is a product of its time.
Ever Vigilant is a trap.
It is a trap. Prism Light says bonus 3 is too hard to hit. I mean, if you can find a bonus 3 blue problem that doesn't require a high requirement in some other color, then by all means go for it. But even in Harmony, there just aren't great choices for that.
Yeah, if memory serves, this gets a lot more stupid if you're willing to go into pink, but...
Yeah. Yeah, when you get into pink, you start getting too many Pinkie Pies, which is a very good one, but that's really about it.
Well, there's something else pink that is 2 or 3 bonus, but yeah. This doesn't do pink. That's too uncouth.
I mean, you've still got 6 problems here that have 2 bonus, 2 of which are Final Questions, so, like, that's ridiculous. Your starting problem is Tarnish, so Luna still gets to do that thing, and then Griffinstone for efficient movement and a Buckball, just in case something goes horribly wrong, I guess. But yeah, between the Saddle Rows and all the immediate, I fully expect that this deck would be capable of the kind of burst turns that Stunning Wonder Blue can do. I could see several 6, 7, or 8 point turns pretty easily out of this list.
Yeah.
I like it. I'm gonna save this. I like this list. This is fun.
I like this color combination. It does dumb things.
It really does.
Okay.
Yeah, this is quite fun.
6th place. I see an apple vendor. I see a lot of breezies.
Friendship Express?
GP, I'm gonna need you to explain your smallness.
No, it's no friendship. There's no Celestia and Luna, Setting Moon and Rising Sun or whatever.
This deck contains no friendship. Also, I don't believe that Joking Luna actually got the update on this correctly. The Changeling citizens are not supposed to be there. Um, so I manually marked that in. Um,
Something
they're
else.
Yeah, the Changeling citizens are ravers, and then I believe the Carousel Boutique got taken out for a copy of Flim and Flam from Absolute Discord.
You're not bitter.
Maybe there was another card that got taken out for it.
No, it was that. I remember the Carousel Boutique coming out because I remember you were mad that me and Cheese were running Stunning Wonder, and so you're like, I don't want more than one problem being confronted.
Yeah, basically. Okay, so swap the Changeling Citizens over to Ravers and swap the Carousel Boutique over to Flim and Flam from Absolute Discord, and there you go. That's the deck. Okay, it's Apple Vendor. Uh, Apple Vendor's start side looks like a trap if people haven't played against it. You sit there and you see, oh, boost power, get a big character. Okay, that's kind of cool. Maybe this is like Big Orange. Wrong. If you see Apple Vendor, it is absolutely 100% always combo every single time.
Hmm.
Every single time. Now. Maybe not in the past, but now.
I'll probably allow that one. It can be accounted into a rounding error, I think. Okay,
So,
I think I fixed it.
okay, yeah, you did. It looks good. So, pour through the deck, play your breezies and other cheap things, get a bunch of Earth Pony tokens with Ravers that helps you meet your Unity. Um, play Flim and Flam if you need to keep going further, and then ultimately just play Still Partying alongside Saddle Row Storefront and score a bunch of points. What's really nice about this is that thanks to some of the cards from Print and Play, Flim and, or Hoity Toity, I'm sorry, is the card I meant, is even more ridiculous. You can play your Pinky Senses out of the discard pile. You can play your Saddle Row Storefronts out of the discard pile. And previously, it was mostly just used to breezy cycle. But now that's just your win condition, and you just have Still Partying. You don't even have to mess around with the old Friendship Express with Luna setting mode.
You want to talk about the stupid thing that Tempest does?
What, allow you to play from the top of your deck so that if you have a friend there, you don't have to retire immediately?
That happens to be a breezy, you can just be like,
Oh, yeah. No, it's great. And since you're not going to be scoring any more than 1 point early on, Aoi Zodal is also effectively a breezy, so you really have 12. And Apple Bloom is also kind of a breezy if you have hands. It's dumb.
it's ridiculous.
That being said, rough like goldfishing sequencing puts the combo AT threshold at like 14-ish in the most optimal situation where you get some use out of Saddle Row Storefront early. Realistically, if you're going from a blank board state, it's probably going to be closer to 16. It's not going to beat every single deck that's out there. It clearly didn't. But it's fun.
That's fair.
So that's all I got on that.
Combos making noises. Let's see. 7th place?
It wouldn't be a Harmony tournament for the first time in 2 years if I didn't sit there and try and do something ridiculous.
Right. Right. I mean, you gotta, right?
Yeah.
So this is Animoy, and that's another main we haven't seen in a while, but the rest of this deck looks pretty shiny. It's the wrong triad. Or it's the wrong triad. Should be overlords, but yeah.
Whatever, they know. People know.
Yeah. I ran Living to Laugh instead of Still Partying by accident. Whoops. People knew. This deck mostly makes me angry. because it is completely friendless except for Nightmare Mode, of which there are only 2 copies, and of which came down like turn 2 or turn 1.
Animoy in chat says it was copies of Nightmare Moon rather than Legion.
Makes sense.
I drew none of my dilemmas and none of my ways around troublemakers against this, and it was rough.
Yeah. Yeah, I can understand that.
Interesting here to see. Oh no, there are the Friends Forever. I was wondering if there were additional Twilight flip cards. I guess just none of the 4 power ones.
Well, I mean, why would you? What is the flip average on this thing? It's got to be high. It's probably north of 5.
Oh, it has to be. There's no way the flip average for this deck is less than 5.
5.14.
There we go.
So yeah, this is going to be very good at rearranging faces.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the modern take on the old Big Bomb style here. Not bad.
It is so fun. It is so fun to see antisocial Twi still do things. I get such a kick out of it.
Friendship? No.
Books.
Violence!
Books, books, books.
Books and violence. Okay. Let's see. 8th place. Whoops, that was the cut button, not the fade button. This one's mine. And this is a core deck.
It sure is.
He brought one deck with him.
I kind of want to do the Calculon thing.
Go for it.
Amateurs like you bring 2 decks. I bring 1 deck. Slap in some reaction shots of me and ship it.
Yeah, that checks. So, what was your finding on bringing a core deck into a Harmony tournament?
I'm just gonna gesture through results.
Fair enough. Harmony is a silly place.
Harmony is a slightly higher power format than Core.
Only slightly?
Only slightly.
Well, I'm sure you'll get a chance to talk about this a bit more here in a moment.
Yes.
In maybe more favorable light.
Yes. I mean, it does basically what it looks like. It does Seleno things, and then it does blue-pink things. And it turns out I'm not very good at this because I haven't played these 2 colors a whole lot in this kind of arrangement, so there's a lot of weird aggro math that I wasn't real good at. Angel Wings is silly.
Angel Wings is silly. It's true.
She's much less silly if you don't have trading traditions, which I do not. Should have brought one. Oh well. Anyway, in 9th place, we've got Alicorns by Joking Luna.
Like you even had to attribute credit.
The Alicron Overlords.
There are a few Alicorns here. There is exactly 1 friend that is not an Alicorn. Can you guess which friend it is?
He has to be there.
I don't want to talk about which friend it is.
You're just mad that you know it has to be there.
I know it has to be there. I'm just mad about it.
Yeah.
You're correct.
And we've also got the Celestial Solstice Celestia main. It's big.
Yeah. This is Joking Luna's pet deck. Loves playing Alicorns and constantly adding new ones in. So it's fun to see the trend continue.
I have a complaint. There's not enough Purple Smart. There needs to be more Purple Smart.
How much more Purple Smart do you want?
We have a deck somewhere.
We do have a deck somewhere.
We do.
That's true. We do have mono purple smart. That's fair. The problem is when we go back into Harmony, Twy is not an Alicorn anymore, so it doesn't work.
Sometimes.
No.
Never forget when Hithrock submitted an all Trixie deck and we went and removed all the Trixie cards and replaced them with Twilight.
That was great.
I mean, if he did that now, I'd sit there and just be like, well, I guess the placeholder image for the next set's going to be a pine cone.
We should take more deck submissions from people. It's been a while since we've done that.
Submit your decks to us.
We'll add pine cones.
You heard it here first. Okay. Harmony was fun. It was also silly. But core is serious business.
How serious business?
Well, let's go take a look. I'll give you a shiny nickel if you can guess what took first place.
No bet.
No?
No bet.
It's not a bet.
No bet.
God, I hate it!
It's not the exact same deck.
Congratulations. Golden Note gets a nickel and Animo gets my sympathies.
Okay.
Golden Note, I heard the SpongeBob sound clip for that. I heard that as you typed it.
Let's see. So, no day shift, which I think got replaced by Bunny.
I think this might just be the exact list he's using in invitationals. Oh, actually, he's here right now. Jeez, is this core list your identical list from invitationals?
No, it is different by one card, I think.
Yeah, it looks like Day Shift out for Bunny and Chillax out for Fluttershy and Bulk.
Did someone say bunny?
Oh, if you mean the
Bunny.
Harmony list is quite different. The core list is one card. Should just be one card different.
Right.
Bunny.
And no fire, obviously. Bunny, Ani.
Do the
Bunny, Ani.
It just did we break Ivory?
No, we didn't. You didn't break me at all. I broke myself.
Jeez, I don't want to talk about this deck, so why don't you talk about it?
Okay.
You're gonna be really mad when you go to the next.
I know what the next one is. That's why I don't want to talk about any of this. I'm just gonna sit here and sulk.
You're going to mull a little bit?
Yes.
Let's see. Are we on the core version?
Yes.
Yes.
I mean, haven't we talked about this deck before?
I think we have. Do we?
It's the same as the invitational deck, except for that it has 3 rushed makeovers instead of a
rushed and a
fire.
motivational.
Yeah, it has 3 rushed, 1 motivational instead of 2 rushed, 1 fire, 1 motivational.
Ah, got it.
Entry constraints. Yeah.
Yeah, and that was only because the entry constraints on invitationals list. And otherwise, it goes fast. Like, also the most important card in this deck is Featherweight.
Yeah, Featherweight really does make such a huge difference. Like, if you have Featherweight in your opening hand, you almost always are going to keep.
I might even keep it even if I don't have blue entry, unless I'm up against a deck that has lots of early dismissal, like removal. It's just so much card draw.
Yeah.
Maybe I just need to prioritize that more. It is basically a free draw every turn. It's basically an AT generator.
And it's like turn 1 confront and.
So you're saying we ban Featherweight?
It's a good card. Lots of dilemmas. I actually think one of the weakest cards in here is Fluttershy and Bulk. Technically, it probably won me the second game in invitationals that we just saw yesterday.
Yeah.
But I still think it's one of the weakest cards.
Yeah, but again, the standard that you hold yourself to then is if that is the weakest card in your deck, what does it say about the rest of the deck? Right?
Yeah. I mean, Ruffled Pages is kind of weak, but you need the entry.
You
And he's the best.
You can't point at the entry card and say this is the weakest card. It's not even
Okay,
fair.
but I can point at Rushed Makeover and say that it is like one of the best cards.
Sure. Until you draw more than one. You have no means of discounting it. If you draw more than one and you already have entry,
Well,
it is useless.
Yeah, if you already have it. Like, removal's a thing.
Haven't seen enough in core right now to deal with that.
What is that final question? That's a card.
Okay, so shall we take a look at the same deck again?
It's not the same. Ivory has stuff to talk about.
Yeah, Ivory's is quite different, I think.
It's actually only one thing in particular that I think is of note in mind.
Prism Light also says, Tier 0, Nightmare, please intervene. Please stand by.
So I think the Yonas were not correct in this. And you'll notice that I am not running that Fluttershy in bulk. I am running bulk biceps from Sequestria.
Yeah!
So, have you ever thought Rocket Scooter just wasn't good enough and thought, what if these were 2 power instead of 1 power?
Shut your mouth. Stop talking right now. I never want to hear the words, did you ever think Rocket Scooter wasn't powerful enough ever again?
Well, that's what I was going for there. I was like, I like this infinitely more if I can just use these tokens and confront both problems.
That is like some Critter Choir levels of power efficiency. If you have a bulk in play and you play a Rocket Scooter and you do the Rocket Scooter trick, that's 2 action tokens for 12 power, split however you want.
Yeah. It's a little strong.
And then you have some Philly Racers up there, you get Shoe Shine involved, you do some Vapor Trail with some dilemmas. I mean, this all sounds pretty good to me.
Has to sound good to someone, I suppose. I think Bunyip isn't strong enough in this deck. It needs to be a Pegasi.
I think Bunyip should just score a point without having to frighten.
Just pay 1 AT, score a point.
Yeah, seems fine. Yeah, no. I don't think me and Cheese, I don't think either list is actually the definitive version. I think that there's still a 100% perfect version of this that's still waiting to be tinkered out, which is probably not a good thing, but we'll see.
Well, perfect is going to be somewhat meta dependent, so you're always going to be sitting there and fooling around with that pool of like 3 or 4 card slots, maybe.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
Or 5, for like a sideboard and stuff.
Yeah, but who needs those? Alright, we're done talking about this. No one cares about this deck anymore. What else we got?
It's me again. So when this is in core, it does much better, because it doesn't have to deal with ridiculous power level differences. Muffin is funny.
That's all you have to say is Muffin is funny?
Yes.
You're not going to talk about all the shenanigans you can get into with this?
My opinion on this deck is that you could, well, ignore core for a second. You could swap out the main for Bluta, and it would be strictly better.
It probably would.
Wasn't that what you guys said way back in the Sequestria Slogfest, was when you guys were started with the Solano main? You're like, I don't see a time where you don't just run Bluna over this.
Yeah, back when it was, were we still Harmony back then?
We were Harmony Block and
I
that was
guess
just Harmony Block.
core was kind of a thing. But
Should
yeah,
have been Core 2.0 at that point.
I think that may have actually been one person's opinion that brought the rest of us down on the rankings, because I'm pretty sure that our Solano ranking was much higher at first. We were like, wow, 2 AT, score 2 points, get your 3 rec all instantly, like that's great. And then someone was like, yeah, but Bluna.
And then we're all like,
oh, right, that.
but going back to core, I think this actually is a very strong deck.
yeah, this was just kind of an experiment to see how well this would work, because I don't think I've seen Solano and Pink together.
Not outside of just splashing Pink in a farm variant.
Yeah, that's basically been it.
Yeah.
You splash Pink for the Spitfire, the Gallus and Silverstream, and the Wrath of Gilda, and that was, and maybe a little bit of removal, but you certainly don't have the aggressive friend suite.
Yeah, and I think I just kind of sat there and I was looking at those Bluna lists and looking at Solano and just being like, what if we did both?
I mean, it's one of the two, right? You either go the Solano route and have the point acceleration through Tempest for inevitability, or you go the Cadence route and just draw a billion cards but take longer to get set up.
Yeah.
And Arcat is known for many things in this game, but patience is not one of them. Is that an accurate statement?
Maybe.
It is worth noting, this is the first time in quite some time I've seen you step away from Pink as a primary color. Like, yeah, you're still running a lot of the fun Pink cards in here, but this is not Skystar, this is not Silverstream, this is not Party Cannoneer.
Why aren't you honking?
He's squawking.
I have honks in here.
There are honks in there, that's true.
I don't see any.
Silverstream's
Silverstream is in
right
the
there.
water.
She's hiding.
She's all sad.
She's like, okay, that's fair. She's not technically a honk here. She's more of a blub. Shooby-doo. Shooby-doo. Anyway, it does griffin things. Lots of bird things.
Mm-hmm.
And it goes fast. And it does other dumb things like sitting there and playing Buckball Championship with no intent to confront it, just so I can sit there and grin and go, sure, DFO, see what happens.
When you can, like, Angel Wings into Spitfire into Gallus and Silverstream. That's always fun.
Yes.
3 AT for 3 friends. I like that. And you frightened something?
Pretty
yeah.
good. It's pretty good.
I was also going to sit here and say that with the exception of the Pinkie Pies, every single card has a character that can fly on it.
Pinkie can fly. What do you want about?
Correct. Pinkie can fly. If she wills it.
If we go by friends, then yes.
No, even with the events and the problems.
Tempest.
Rarity
Tempest
remember
flies
what
on
happened?
an airship, thank you
Remember
very much.
what happened last time Rarity tried to fly?
Wahaha.
Yes.
But Twilight's in that same image. Guess what Twilight has, Cheese? Tell me. What does Twilight have?
A horn?
What else does she have?
Feetsies? Or hoovesies, sorry.
Hoovesies.
Feast.
Feetsies.
Someone's been watching anime.
Anyway.
I don't
Good
know.
deck. Flat aggro.
Seleno can't fly. What are you on about?
Seleno and Tempest both have pirate ships. What are you on about?
She's literally a burb.
She is a burb. I don't think she can fly.
She has a pirate ship.
A flying ship.
Yes, both of their ships fly.
Okay. Moving on. Let's see here. 4th place, double our forest with a Seleno white deck. Now,
This leans a little bit heavier into White's disruptive options.
yes, it does.
Than the last blue-white list we saw in Harmony.
Mm-hmm.
This leans a lot heavier. We've got some spoons and some sand smirks. Cards I don't like to see. Doesn't have any winks though.
Claude, reliving history, copy of Throne, some Grogars and Tempests, and some Captain Wuzzes to get them back. Yeah, sure.
Mm-hmm. That throne was doing some work.
Was it?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, should have played that designer card.
Well,
I don't remember if I played against this deck.
that didn't exist yet.
Should have cheated and played it anyway.
Yes, cheat in the core tournament at Ciderfest. I'm sure JL will love that.
You heard it here first, folks.
I mean, I had all of the card design stuff on me. I could have just like whipped up cards that said whatever I want on it. See this one.
In the middle of a game.
Yeah.
Hmm.
See this
I
middle
know
of the
what
game,
card I need for this situation.
Just be actively changing the comprehensive rules in the middle of the game.
It's fine. Don't worry about it. Well, when this one enters play, 30 ATs.
Just that's it. Enters play 30 ATs. That's the sentence.
Yep.
Don't talk poorly about Donut Steel.
Anyway, yes, this is this has a little bit of Selenos go fast on it. It's got a little bit of blues go fast on it, but this also has a lot of whites. I don't like the fact that you're going faster than me. Slow down.
Right, this deck is not. This deck is the I don't have to outrun the bear. I just have to outrun you.
By the way, you may want to do something about that ball and chain that I've just handed you. Good luck.
Right.
And so the
Statistic.
the sands here was very, very annoying.
What did they name?
I do not remember, but sands suddenly became a very high value target
Was it Party Mare?
Might have been Party Mare, yeah.
I
She
think
just-
Party Mare.
She just kind of shows up in places, and then you're like, I'm
Go
sad
Go
now.
away. Yeah.
Sands is just like, no muffins.
Yeah, interesting to see the two different sides of blue-white. The blue-white with some control elements to it, and the blue-white with the aggro elements to it. So very fun.
Yeah.
And I know Double R has been working on this style of deck for several years now, so I'm glad he's still finding success with it.
Uh-huh. Yeah, this has evolved a little bit. We're not seeing some of the other staples I might have expected here, but yeah, seems good. Oh, I like this next list.
Let's see it.
5th place, Golden Note. We got why didn't the transition go? There we go. Golden Note with a spell for that.
Well, this deck definitely does have a spell for that.
I like.
You only like it because Sunset Festival is there.
Yes. It's also.
You ignore everything else. You just
I
see the
think-
Sunset Festival.
I think I did play against this, and I think they did play Sunset Festival against me.
Yeah, Sunset
Do you
Festival is
remember-
amazing.
Do you remember what they got?
No, I don't recall what popped up.
But it's got Zikora.
This has Big Twy.
It does have
Those
Big
had
Twy.
Yeah, I remember this game. Yeah, they got Big Toy out and then got Stars Roll out.
That's
also-
pretty good value.
It's also got bacon.
So Sunburst, who kind of sort of looks like bacon.
Same colors.
Yeah, this is pretty fun. There's a lot of synergies here with the Star Swirls being able to put same day delivery on top for AT if you want. That's fun. And then Twy with discounts and yeah.
Yeah, troublemakerless control.
Mm-hmm.
It's a thing.
I mean, it's how mid range is this? Like, it kind of has to be because
It's pretty mid-range. If you look at the disruptive events, you've got 2 Spider Surprise, 3 Burning Bridges, and then, like, depending on how you're going to use them, maybe Pinky's Present, but definitely Belly Flop.
And school
like
shut down.
Luna's Futures kind of sort of disruption.
Kind of.
I would count school shutdown in that.
Oh, sure. Yeah, I missed the school shutdown. That's
Yeah.
fair. Overdue Library Book. Nice synergy with spell for that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Golden Note says, I tried to build it as a control deck in mind, but after Winnie City, yeah, it's more of a mid-range. Yeah, that's fair. But it looks like some decent choices for mid-range.
Yeah.
And definitely some good problem synergies here. Tough call, draw more cards. Alternative solution, point acceleration, recipe research, let's duplicate some events. Animoy says the Tempest Friend would be good here. I agree.
Which Tempest Friend?
Tempest and Grubber.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah,
The burb one.
Yeah.
Yeah, the burp one is exactly how I was thinking to describe that.
Because I was thinking through all the other ones and was like, the ones that were just Tempest.
Yeah. No, I like the rude play of Spider Surprise into Sunset Festival.
Animoy says no, the movement one. Oh, that's true. There's a lot of events here.
Oh, Open Skies, yeah.
And you are running purple as your primary color, and there's enough other purple friends in here that you can probably hit the Unity 10 without too much trouble.
I mean, you're running Twy, who's got the Unity 15 on her.
Sure. Maybe I guess that's the one thing to take a look at is what are the actual odds you're going to hit Unity 15 with Twy? That looks more challenging.
Maybe.
Yeah, maybe the Tempest and Grubber would also fit in here well just for the Unity, if nothing else, alongside the Unity 510 one. Interesting.
Yeah, it also gives you more ways to abuse Sunset Festival, so I'm down with this.
Next list.
Next list. Okay. I got you. Shells. I want to talk about shells.
Is this me?
This
I
is
think
you.
it is.
Yeah, this is me. Okay, so
Is this
Golden
an
Note.
untested deck?
This was untested. Golden Note was mid range. This is not mid range. This is control.
Yep.
Absolutely 100% control.
Of course it is. Your brain is moist.
The only way you can be control without troublemakers is to have some form of combo.
This was my thought of, okay, if I can't outrace Stunning Wonder Blue, I'm just going to play as many disruptive cards as I can that will wreck its game plan, and the biggest one there is the Untested Magic Fireworks, of which there are 3 in this list. Being able to reset counters on Shoeshine, and flip Stunning Wonder sometimes permanently, and remove all the counters, or all the Pegasi tokens from Rocket Scooter. All seemed... Go ahead.
Yeah, all the +1s. Just no.
Yeah.
Just stop. Cease what you are doing. Stop your flight. I want to talk about shells. Firework shells in this case.
We can also talk about happy trees.
Yep, you got Happy Trees in here as well. Being able to say no to face-offs. Oh, you're way ahead in this face-off? Well, I don't care. It's over. Or, oh, you want to confront this problem? No. So that's all great. I played 4 games with this list and played against both Stunning Wonder Blue lists. Would you like to know how many of those games I won?
How many?
6th place. I'm gonna guess 0.
0 is correct.
But he made a valiant effort. There were no mistakes on his part.
Oh wait,
I-
you ended up playing as both
Yeah,
Stunning Wonders?
He played both of us.
Yeah.
That's rough.
I tried so hard and I got so far.
Like, overall, I think this deck should be good, but
I think it is good. It's just
Stunning Wonder is a
unfortunate
little...
matchups.
It is just frustrating that, yeah, the deck did very well in the other games as well. But even building something specifically to try to take down Stunning Wonder and then having that be like the single point of failure. I'm not saying Fluttershy is not best pony. I'm not saying that.
Hasn't she been your favorite since season 1?
Yes. All I'm saying is we're in a bit of a quarrel right now. And she can go sit in the corner until she thinks about what she's done.
You taking your break?
We're seeing other ponies. Okay, that's all I got to say about it. If you are trying to play control in core and you're not trying to do burb things, I think this is what you do. I feel like Untested Magic Fireworks and Happy Trees are cards that you are absolutely going to need to deal with some of the other threats that are present in core right now, and I feel like the rest of the cards support this pretty well. I think the other way that you can play Pink Purple Control in core is to play Burb by the time Dr. Hooves comes out for Prize Wheel, and obviously that looks like Burb. So we don't need to talk about that right now.
Yes.
Every Burby move.
Yeah.
Okay. So here we take a short stop because the 7th place player, Mystic Knight, did not submit a deck list. I recall that this was a Thorax white list.
Mm-hmm.
It did bug things.
I'm genuinely shocked that that was how you chose to introduce a Thorax White list.
My response to this deck and what it did
is to show the lovely button we gave you.
Okay, so that button is just a giant target because it's now pinned to the trader's snoot, and anytime he needs aggressively booped, it's just...
You heard it here first, folks. Ara loves booping Thorax.
aggressively booping. It did bug things. I hissed at it.
Moving on.
Unfortunately, without a list, I don't think there's a whole lot else to talk about here. Yeah. Moving on to 8th place, and Prism Light with a very orange.
Prism Light says requirements for tournament play: have a playset of every card in the format and don't have friends who get hungry.
I think that is in reference to the fact that one of their games had to be cut short due to dinner plans coming up last minute.
Oof.
I know Prism... Sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say, but all that being said, this is not as big orange as I would normally expect from Prism Light.
Still pretty big. Still very orange.
Lots of goats. Exactly 6 goats.
That's it?
Yeah, It's 6 goats.
I think
That
it's
checks
kind
out.
of hard to have more goats.
Go into blue and have more goats.
Yeah. I really like Apple Bloom.
Yeah.
It is
You
such a fun card.
really?
You like permanently exhausting things. Don't
Yeah.
complete that thought so that people know why.
Yeah, this has some things that it's not going to be very kind about. We've got the apple blooms, we've got the melted expectations, we got Princess Combo Meal. Oh, and Limestone. Yeah, this is you're going to be very tired.
And you were going to stay tired until that starting problem goes away.
Yes.
Yeah, that will happen. Well, this is Grogar, so it's just as likely to start with Buckball for the turn 1 confront.
Eh,
Maybe. Keep in mind there are 2 of those things in there, and man, those are not fun. Because you got to get rid of those like fast.
I suppose it would be. You can make the decision based on your opponent's main. What do I think I'm up against? Do I need the more control focused early game, or can I go with the somewhat slower aggro start with the buck ball?
I'm actually
Mhm.
kind of surprised this deck didn't do better.
Animoy says let down hard just for the Apple Bloom exhaust. Not true. Not just for the Apple Bloom exhaust. Big Hoof gives you extra flips from the discard pile.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That is such a stupid, like, I'm just gonna let down hard to throw the big hoof and get another flip.
And double exhaust. Like,
And get a shot off of Apple Bloom. Yeah. I see no problems with this.
Yeah, this was working as intended.
what did? I don't know. I'm just surprised. Like, I wonder who I guess I'd have to go look up at the schedule to see who they went up against.
I played against them. That was a hard match.
I did too. That was also a difficult match.
This was
One of them was
Prism
one of
Light?
them.
Yeah.
I played against him in round 4, and that was the game where they had to cut off early for dinner.
Ah, unfortunate.
Yeah. Okay, so they went up against Brandon, who was running.
Something we haven't seen yet.
Okay, yeah. That's next. And then I think they got and then Aura, and then GP, and then Ivory. Yeah. Okay. I mean,
That's a tough schedule.
that is
It
a tough
is.
schedule. I think that given a different schedule, like I think that this deck is actually pretty good.
It's not bad. It's kind of in the middle of 3 different decks. And I know that Prism Light was not able to run the 1 copy of Catajack that he had because it was oversized and couldn't get another one in time for the game, which is probably what the friendship summons are in there for. Because
Yeah.
right now the only thing they can actually find is Unity 15 AJ.
Yeah, like I think there's some optimization to be done here. Like I'm not sure about the Desert Road and the single stick.
Well, I think the stick is probably where the Catajack was supposed to go.
Maybe. We'll have to see. And again, he did mention requirements for tournament ploy have a playset of every card, so maybe he just doesn't have a playset of those cards.
Yeah, there are some things in here that aren't print and play that this would really like a couple more copies of.
Mm-hmm. But it's kind of in this interesting point between Grogar, like Unga Bunga Farm. Look, that's what it's called. That's what Feathers called it. You know what it is. So it's an accurate name.
I'm not calling you wrong. It caught me off guard.
So that Grogar Farm list, AJ work hard, play hard, exhaust based control, and then traditional kind of big orange aggro. And it's kind of trying to dip its toes into doing all of them, which does give it a bit more flexibility, but also gives it less consistency. but it makes every game potentially a little bit different, and that's kind of fun. You can play aggro some games, you can play control other games, and you can play pseudo farm in other ones. So yeah, is an interesting design space. All right, what do we got left?
Let's see. 9th place. So I'm content warning. It's blue yellow, but no, you don't get to re. I get to re.
I am confused.
What are you confused by?
I am confused by wedding ceremony.
Where is wedding ceremony?
That doesn't look like that belongs in here.
Oh, yes, I am also confused by wedding ceremony. That is probably a mistake.
Well, the intention here is pretty obvious, despite that card probably supposed to be something else. More yellow-blue, this time focusing on Thorax.
Every time I see Spooky Ruins, I wonder if it could be replaced by a better card.
The Spooky Ruins is real annoying.
This looks pretty...
You know what's more annoying? Losing the game.
This looks pretty anti-farm, maybe? We got Meadowbrook's Mask and Spooky Ruins.
You got some Grogar's Lair. It's definitely not like the fastest Thorax deck you could build. There's also just some interesting choices in here too. Like, for instance, Prince Rutherford, right?
Yak Smash.
It's a good card, but it doesn't synergize with Thorax, and your main is not blue. So unless you have the motivational speech, it's going to be hard to reach that 10 unity. The one that's a little more challenging to try to understand for me, and maybe you guys can help me with it, is you've got 2 copies of Vapor Trail, but you only have 3 dilemmas in the deck.
My assumption there was that it was more there for the calming too.
Calming is in fact angering.
That's
Because you
fair.
also have Terramar there for additional calming.
And CC and Flitter, who also has calming.
Yes.
Yeah.
There's cheaper things with calming too. But...
Is this Brandon?
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
it is.
Okay, so this is just more calming. Okay, got it.
Are you calm?
Yes, I am calm. This is fine.
Calm all the things.
There are some cute things you can do here, and this definitely comes out with some of the more annoying to deal with disruption options that yellow-blue has available. Calming, like we mentioned, Yona, Grogar's Lair.
I'm a little sus about the Meadowbrook's masks here.
Well, like I said, I think he probably expected more farm than actually showed up, because that's... I don't see... I mean, maybe I'm wrong here, but my guess would be that's a sideboard card unless he suspects farm.
Mm-hmm.
Probably.
Farm, or maybe the Chaos Control that was at Continentals as well.
Yeah, that too.
That's fair.
Yeah. That's fair.
Could have also run some Novos and done the Diamond Song Gambit.
Yeah.
No.
That's Diamond Song's trick.
Not in Thorax.
Well,
no, that's
an interesting list.
Yeah.
A list of interest.
Okay, one more. I got you Alicorns.
Are they
Do
pretty
we have
Alicorns?
more Alucron domination?
We do, but there are now 2 friends who are not Alicorns. Technically, there are 3. Devil Babby being an Eldritch Horror, but she does have horn and wings. So
Cthulhu.
Zelgo.
Sunny Skies in Flash
Yes.
Century.
Yep. I wonder who could have possibly been playing this list.
Someone that likes alicorns.
I think I said it was Joking Luna.
You did.
Yes.
And now we're running Royal Tutor. Look at all these friends I can just pull out when I need them.
What will Waifu Stealer summon next?
Yes.
Probably an alicorn, if I had to guess.
Yes.
All right.
Got a snack stand there too.
Yeah.
Kind of spicy.
Rain-
I mean, there's
Rainbow generator in place of Singing Barrel along with Sunny Skies. So.
yeah, just to make sure that you can get Twi and Luna out.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. No. Yeah. I guess this wouldn't run Sunset Festival. Shame. Anyway, Big Twi is kind of annoying.
Was Big Twi annoying?
Yes.
Yeah. That Unity 15, there's a lot of purple in this list.
Yes. You also have Endless Friendship, who's also very annoying. It's just like, I can't scare you things. I can't remove you things. I'm sad now.
Is perhaps interesting to note here. This is obviously a deck that is starting Buckball strategy, especially based on some of the events, the Hyper Beams being chosen here, because you don't actually have that many unicorns who are present. There are no Tranquilities in this list. And with the deck being Royal Tutor, and also no same-day deliveries, that surprises me.
There's no discounts on Tranquility, right? Or do you have Headmare?
Headmare can duplicate.
Yeah.
But there are no discounts on Tranquility. What is important about Tranquility is you can play it with your main still on its start side, and it gives you an event in your discard pile to help her flip.
Yeah, correct.
It also has synergy with Princess Twilight Conspiracy.
And maybe something that in a future version you can include.
Mm-hmm.
Some thoughts.
Yeah.
Okay. I think that's it.
So
So
it was fun to play pony cards in person again, though.
Yeah. That has not happened.
In
for
a couple
while.
months.
what is the temperature of this time interval, would you say? About lukewarm?
Lukewarm Fortnite.
Yeah.
Kratos doing the orange justice while Darth Vader Kamehamehas across the map and Naruto carries around a machine gun. Oh, not that Fortnite?
Not that
No.
Fortnite.
No, Fortnite's the game where you build bases to fight zombies.
The OG Fortnite?
Yeah.
The one that cost $20?
Yeah.
Shenanigans.
Anyway,
this
Next
video
time
is
we're
brought to you
playing
by
in
Raid
person.
Shadow Legends.
I was just gonna do that! You stole my bit!
No.
so next time we're playing Pwns IRL is
Yeah.
Vancouver.
Oh, so it's plug
Okay.
time. Yes, plug time. Okay, ready? Plug time?
Plug time.
Okay.
Anyway, come to Vancouver.
Vancouver.
yes. And then come to Babs.
Which is not till April, but come to Babs anyway.
And then come
Yep.
to Everfree.
Yep. Come to all those places. It'll be fun.
Also,
Go back in time to go to BronyCon.
I don't think. Yeah, I miss BronyCon. I think I don't think it's been posted everywhere yet, but Ara, do we have some type of online event going on?
I don't think we posted that anywhere yet, but yes, we do in fact have an online con that needs to get posted around. So we're having something come back that we haven't done for quite a while. We're doing online draft again.
Really?
Uh-huh. Because, well, with things going on, Hithrock's draft simulator went down and is not currently operable. But fortunately enough, Smithers actually has a draft simulator. So,
Smithers?
since we've got that, I'm going to do some drafting. And we are currently targeting this thing for the weekend of December 10th and 11th. And we'll probably have this announcement go up right after the stream. Go sign up. Oh, also we're doing adventure.
Ah, okay.
You know, but I'm way more excited about the draft.
Sure. As is right and proper. Draft is fun.
Yes.
Derfed.
Yeah. And
Anyway.
if everything melts, and we have to, or the draft thing doesn't go through, then I have a backup plan of EO block sealed.
Canterlot Knights sealed.
No. Now, if you want to go back and do a Canterlot Knights and Premier draft, I'm down with that.
I think you'd be surprised how goofy that can actually be.
No, I remember that quite fondly because that's what we used to run at the local game store for basically every week. It is I think it was every other week. Whatever.
Yeah, it was great. I just ran Troublemaker Control every time.
Yeah. And I sat there and went, no, I'm just running Pegasus because having Swift on a 3-power main is kind of good. Just Pegasus my way to victory. Anyway. So keep an eye out for that.
Yep. Any other additional announcements?
Ponies are cute.
Alright.
Ponies are very cute.
That'll wrap up our discussion on this topic for today. We would like to give a big shout out to all of our patrons on Patreon. Thank you so much for your regular support. If you aren't currently a patron and you enjoy what we do, please consider donating. Doing so does enable us to continue making content like this and lets you earn some great perks as a bonus. If you have comments or questions you'd like to send our way, feel free to reach out to us through Facebook, Twitter, or email. If you're a patron, you can also chat live with us on Slack any day, anytime. I might be nuzlocking right now, but I'll probably still answer you so that I don't throw my Switch across the room.
See, if you want to make the quip about the sleep schedule, I woke up at 4 p.m.
I'll answer you when my SSD isn't dying.
What am I trying to
Finally, if you're looking to watch any of our previous videos, including tournament recordings, you can find them on our YouTube channel linked just below the stream. With all that said, thank you to each and every one of our viewers, both here now and watching this recording later. We are, as always, Commentary is Magic. I am, as always, Grand Pause.
Big cheese.
Cat and
I'm Steve.
Hi, Steve.
I'm
Happy-
Ivory Starlight.
Happy Thanksgiving to everyone in the U.S.
Turkey sucks.
Your turkey sucks.
Wow.
Every single
I'm
person.
gonna go fight you right now.
No,
I'm gonna drive down to your house and fight you.
No,
I'm
hold
gonna
on.
have Wagyu for Thanksgiving.
Hold on. The people who say turkey sucks, I have found, have never actually had turkey cooked properly before.
I agree with this, but it's still blasphemy. And to quote Homer Simpson, next time I see cheese, I'm gonna punch him in the back of the head.
Stop drying out your turkey, people. It's not supposed to be dry. If it's dry, you did it wrong.
Okay, so next week we're doing Sim Cook's Thanksgiving dinner.
AKA your turkey sucks.
AKA Arakat sets his entire apartment on fire again.
No, but you missed the most important
What do you
part.
mean
Arakat,
again?
Hold on. Arakat sets his entire apartment on fire making cranberry sauce.
No, absolutely not. Cranberry sauce is a dangerous, dangerous condiment. You need a full face shield and welding gauntlets for that.
No, you just buy a can.
Can we just collectively agree to, like,
To what?
do something mean to cheese? I don't know.
Yes. All right. Cool. Next time, the gang beats up cheese. All right. Night.
That'll be a good
Bye.
stream. Bye.
Bye.